Hello and welcome. Have you ever felt like there's something missing in your life, that there's a piece of the puzzle that you just can't seem to find? Or maybe you've been stuck in the same routines, wondering why things aren't changing. Well, I've got something to tell you. It's not about changing your circumstances. It's about changing one simple habit that can completely transform your world. So, let's get right into it. The habit I'm talking about is thinking intentionally. Now, I know that sounds simple, and maybe even a bit obvious, but let's break it down because it's far more profound than most people realize. What I mean by intentional thinking is exactly what it sounds like: choosing your thoughts on purpose, rather than letting your mind wander aimlessly or letting your thoughts be influenced by whatever's happening around you. We are bombarded with thoughts all day long. Some are good, some are bad, and many are just distractions. But most people don't realize that they have the power to control those thoughts. And when you take control of your thinking, you take control of your life. The thoughts you entertain are the ones that shape your actions, your habits, and ultimately, the results you get in life. But here's the catch: you can't just think positive thoughts and expect things to change overnight. It's not about wishful thinking or hoping that things will get better. It's about consciously choosing to direct your thoughts in a way that aligns with the person you want to become and the life you want to create. Now, I know that sounds a bit abstract, but let me give you a concrete example. Think about the last time you were faced with a challenge or a difficult situation. How did you react? Did you react emotionally, letting fear, frustration, or doubt take over? Or did you pause and choose to respond with a mindset of solution, opportunity, or growth? The key is to recognize that you have the power to choose your response in every situation. Your external world doesn't have to dictate how you think or feel. Instead, by practicing intentional thinking, you begin to control your internal world. And when you control your thoughts, you control your emotions, your actions, and your results. Intentional thinking isn't about ignoring the reality of a situation or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on what you can control and keeping your mind centered on the outcomes you want to create, not the obstacles in your way. When you intentionally focus on solutions, opportunities, and possibilities, you train your mind to look for those things in every situation. So, how do you start practicing intentional thinking? It starts with awareness. The next time you catch yourself thinking negatively or getting caught up in worries or fears, take a step back and ask yourself, is this the thought I want to hold on to right now? If the answer is no, then let it go. It's as simple as that. You have the power to let go of any thought that doesn't serve you. The second step is to replace those negative or unproductive thoughts with more empowering ones. This doesn't mean you should force yourself to think positive all the time. It's about being real with yourself, acknowledging how you feel, and then intentionally shifting your focus toward what you want instead of what you don't want. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'll never be able to do this," replace that thought with, "I may not know how to do it yet, but I am capable of figuring it out." This small shift in thinking can make a massive difference in the way you approach challenges. It opens up the door to possibility instead of locking you into a limited mindset. The third step is to make this practice a daily habit. Just like brushing your teeth or exercising your body, intentional thinking is a habit that must be nurtured. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes, and the more natural it feels. It might be difficult at first, especially if you've spent a lot of time letting your thoughts run wild, but with consistent practice, you'll find that it becomes easier and easier to choose your thoughts with intention. And here's the beauty of it: as you become more intentional with your thinking, you'll begin to notice a shift in your results. Things will start falling into place more easily, and opportunities will seem to show up out of nowhere. But it's not magic, it's the result of the focused energy you're putting into your thoughts. Now, this habit of thinking intentionally has another powerful effect. It not only changes your own mindset but also influences the people around you. Have you ever noticed how someone's energy can be contagious? When you're calm, focused, and positive, it has a ripple effect. People begin to gravitate toward you, and opportunities that you never thought possible begin to materialize. Intentional thinking is like setting a GPS for your life. Without it, you're just driving aimlessly. But when you're clear about where you're going and you consistently think in a way that aligns with your goals, the universe starts to conspire in your favor. It's not that life becomes easier or that challenges disappear, but you begin to see things differently, with a mindset that is more solution-oriented. You'll start to realize that the things that once felt impossible are actually within your reach. Let's take this even further. One of the most powerful ways to reinforce intentional thinking is by setting clear, specific goals. When you know what you're working toward, it becomes much easier to focus your thoughts in a way that supports those goals. Without clear goals, your thoughts can become scattered, and you may find yourself stuck in a cycle of frustration and confusion. But when you have a clear target, it becomes easier to direct your thoughts toward achieving that goal. This is where visualization comes into play. Take a few minutes each day to close your eyes and visualize yourself achieving your goals. Picture the person you want to become, the life you want to create, and the impact you want to have. By focusing on these positive images, you align your thoughts with the outcomes you desire. Intentional thinking also requires a level of self-discipline. It's easy to let your mind wander, especially when things aren't going the way you want them to. But the true power of intentional thinking lies in your ability to redirect your focus when negative or unproductive thoughts arise. It's about training yourself to stay on course, even when life throws you curveballs. And here's the thing, the more you practice intentional thinking, the more automatic it becomes. Over time, you'll start to notice that you're naturally thinking more positively, looking for solutions instead of problems, and focusing on opportunities instead of obstacles. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but with consistency and dedication, it will happen. One of the biggest challenges to intentional thinking is the influence of external factors. We live in a world where we're constantly exposed to negative news, stressful situations, and people who may not share the same mindset. But you have the ability to rise above these external influences by choosing to protect your mind. This doesn't mean you should ignore the world around you. It means you must be selective about what you allow into your mind. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, consume media that inspires you, and fill your environment with positive influences. By doing this, you create a mental environment that supports your goals and reinforces your intentional thinking. Remember, the power of intentional thinking is not just in what you think but in how you act. Your thoughts will only take you so far if you don't pair them with consistent action. When you think with intention, you must also act with intention. Take steps every day that move you closer to your goals. Even small actions add up over time, and before you know it, you'll be on the path to achieving everything you've set your mind to. As you start to practice intentional thinking, it's important to understand that this shift doesn't happen overnight. The more you commit to this habit, the more it will become an automatic part of your life. However, along the way, there are a few essential things to keep in mind. One of the most important aspects is the idea of being consistent. You can't expect to change your thoughts and your world if you only practice intentional thinking on occasion. It has to become a regular part of your daily routine. Many people make the mistake of thinking that this kind of thinking is easy and quick, but true, lasting change requires persistence. You might not see immediate results, and that can be frustrating. But I want you to remember that small steps, taken consistently, lead to big results over time. It's like planting a seed, you don't see the growth right away, but if you tend to it every day, the seed will eventually sprout and grow into something powerful. So, here's the challenge, start today. Begin by consciously choosing your thoughts and directing them toward your goals. Practice intentional thinking every day, and over time, you'll start to see dramatic changes in your life. The more you do it, the more natural it will feel, and the more you'll realize just how powerful you are in shaping your own reality. There's a lot of power in a single thought. And when you start thinking intentionally, your whole world can begin to change. The world outside may not change right away, but your perception of it will. And that, my friend, is where true transformation begins. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Your support means the world to me. If you want to keep learning about powerful habits that can change your life, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you never miss a new video. I'd also love to hear from you, so leave a comment below with your thoughts. What habit are you going to start practicing today? I can't wait to hear from you.